let us discuss about human reproduction. Human reproduction. In human reproduction, what are the things which we have to discuss? We have to study about a male reproductive system and a process of spermatogenesis and the structure of human sperm. In addition to this, we have to have the explanation about tiers of testes, and we have to study about a female reproductive system and process of oogenesis and a structure of a mature Graafian follicle in which egg is developed. After studying about male reproductive system and a female reproductive system, we have got to study about a process of fertilization. And finally, the post-fertilization events. How that single-celled zygote becomes embryo. Even we have got to discuss about the events during pregnancy period. What are the developments we do find in the first month, third month, 6th month, 9 months? We have to study. These are all the things that we are going to study here in human reproduction. First, let us start with a male reproductive system. This is the structure of male reproductive system. What are the main parts which come under male reproductive system? Male reproductive system includes parts, pair of testes, seminiferous tubes, accessory ducts like retracted testes, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vasa deferens, and ejaculatory duct. These are accessory ducts. Next, sex glands. Those are pair of seminal vesicle prostrate gland, pair of bulbourethral glands. These three are sex glands, and finally a male genital organ, that is penis. These are the parts come under male reproductive system. Pair of testes, seminiferous tubes, accessory ducts. There is a list of accessory ducts: rete testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vasa deferens, ejaculatory duct, and sex glands. Those are a pair of seminal vesicle, prostate gland, and a pair of bulbourethral glands. Finally, a male genital organ, that is penis. Let us start with pair of testes. These testes, they are male gonads. Pair of testes, they are male gonads, and they are enclosed in a skinny outgrowth, that is scrotum. Pair of testes, they are enclosed in the pouch, that is the outgrowth of skin, and where both the testes are there, that pouch, outgrowth of skin, is named as scrotum. And as they are there in scrotum, and one interesting thing about scrotum is that they maintain the low temperature, that is around 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius less than internal body temperature. In scrotum, the temperature is 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius less as compared to the internal body temperature. And this low temperature in the scrotum is very necessary for the process of spermatogenesis, means sperm production. In case the temperature in the scrotum is high, a process of spermatogenesis, that is sperm production, will be stopped, ceased. That's why in scrotum there should be a low temperature as compared to internal body temperature. It is 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius less in scrotum, where these pair of testes are enclosed. Here one testis is dissected to see the internal things and is a testis. This is also testis, but I have made it dissected to find out the internal structures. And as far as the width and length of testes is, this testis, its length is 4 to 5 centimeter and width is 3 to 2 to 3 centimeters, and it is oval in shape, and its length is 4 to 5 centimeter and width is 2 to 3 centimeters. And in testes, in each testis there are around 250 compartments are there. 250 compartments, those are named as testicular lobules. There are 250 compartments in each testis. Those are named as testicular lobules. In each testicular lobules, there are 1 to 3 seminiferous tubules are there. 1 to 3 seminiferous tubules in each testicular lobules, and there are 250 testicular lobules in each testis. And those seminiferous tubules, these are structural and functional units of testes. These seminiferous tubules are structural and functional units of testes. Within they are highly coiled, very long seminiferous tubules, and they are around 1 to 3 in each testicular lobules. In case there are 3 in number in each testicular lobules, 3 into 250, around 750 seminiferous tubules in each testis. There are around 750 seminiferous tubules in each testis. Within these seminiferous tubules, there are, its lining is having 2 types of cells. First one, spermatogonial cells. These are germ cells, and these cells only undergo meiosis during spermatogenesis, leading to the formation of haploid sperms. And another cell, Sertoli cells. These are the 2 types of cells within the seminiferous tubules as its lining. And these Sertoli cells, they are meant for the nourishment of germ cells, means spermatogonial cells. Spermatogonial cells, as they produce gametes, they are considered as germ cells, reproductive cells. And Sertoli cells, they provide nourishment to spermatogonial cells. And these 2 types of cells which are there within seminiferous tubules. And in between seminiferous tubules, there is a space. That space is named as interstitial space. That space is said to be interstitial space. In this interstitial space, another type of cells are there. Those are Leydig cells. Those cells are named as Leydig cells. And the space which is there between seminiferous tubules is interstitial space, where we do find another type of cells, Leydig cells, and these Leydig cells are meant for the production of androgens, a male sex hormone like testosterone. They are produced by Leydig cells. As Leydig cells are there in interstitial space, and those cells are also named as interstitial cells. Leydig cells are also named as interstitial cells. It's about the seminiferous tubules. See, There are 250 testicular lobules in each testis, and in each testicular lobule 1 to 3 seminiferous tubules, and in each seminiferous tubules, in its lining there are two types of cells. One, a germ cells like spermatogonial cells, which are meant for the production of sperms during spermatogenesis. And second is Sertoli cells. They are meant for the nourishment of germ cells. And in between seminiferous tubules, there is a space, that is interstitial space, where we do find another type of cells named Leydig cells, and these Leydig cells are meant for the production of androgens like testosterone. They are nothing but male sex hormone, testosterone. They are produced by Leydig cells. In addition to that, in interstitial space, we do find immunologically competent some other cells also. Immunologically competent cells, they are also present in interstitial space along with Leydig cells. It's about seminiferous tubules. These seminiferous tubules, they are packed here in testes, seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules. Once the sperms which are produced in the seminiferous tubules, they are passed through these accessory ducts. These accessory ducts. From these seminiferous tubules, they are passed through the rete testis, and from these minute tubes, rete testis, they join to vasa efferentia, and all these vasa efferentia, they are joined to a comma-shaped outgrowth on the surface of the testis, that is epididymis. Sperms produced in seminiferous tubules are passed through rete testis, then into vasa efferentia, and these vasa efferentia are joined to epididymis, a comma-shaped epididymis. And now those sperms are stored in epididymis. They may ask, in which of the following parts sperms are stored? Sperms are stored in epididymis. Epididymis. And here also this is epididymis. And from this epididymis there is a ascending duct. This duct is named as vasa deferens. Vasa deferens. Vasa deferens. This is vasa deferens. From this testis, another vasa deferens. Two vasa deferens from two testes will come. See here. Rete testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis, and vasa deferens. From each testis, one vasa deferens. And these two vasa deferens are ascending to the abdominal cavity, and they join to form They are joined to form ejaculatory duct. Ejaculatory duct. Both of them are joined to form ejaculatory duct. And on either side of ejaculatory duct, there are sex glands, pair of seminal vesicles. These are seminal vesicles, pair of seminal vesicles, pair of seminal vesicles, and a single prostrate gland. And pair of bulbourethral, that is bulbourethral glands. They are present on either side of ejaculatory duct. Sperms which are produced in the seminiferous tubules of testes, they come to epididymis, and through the vasa deferens they come to the ejaculatory duct. And here there are three groups of sex glands, pair of seminal vesicles, prostate gland, and bulbourethral glands. And these three groups of glands produce a seminal fluid. These three groups of sex glands produce a seminal fluid. That seminal fluid enters into that ejaculatory duct. Even sperms have come to the ejaculatory duct through pair of vasa deferens, so that in the seminal fluid the sperms will be embedded, and seminal fluid possessing sperms is named as semen. Semen is a seminal fluid in which sperms are present. It's a seminal fluid produced by pair of seminal vesicles, prostate gland, bulbourethral glands. And in that seminal fluid, sperms which have come from the testes are embedded, and that is said to be semen. That is said to be semen. And this semen, when during sexual intercourse, once the semen comes out, it is around 3 ml. In this 3 ml semen, there are around 200 to 300 million sperms are there. 200 to 300 million sperms are there. During coitus, sexual intercourse, there is an ejaculation of 3 ml of semen. In that 3 ml of semen, there are around 200 to 300 million sperms are present. And now the ejaculatory duct leads into the urethra. This is a long tube named urethra. This urethra is originated from, this is urinary bladder. Urinary bladder. In urinary bladder, urine is stored. That urine comes from pair of ureters. pair of ureters, and those pair of ureters, they bring urine from pair of kidneys, and that urine is stored in urinary bladder. From the urinary bladder only this tube, urethra, is originated. Even ejaculated duct is also connected to urethra, and this urethra is passed through the male genital organ, penis, and opens at the tip of penis by urethral meatus. This opening is named as urethral meatus. It opens at urethral meatus, that urethra. And by this, we have come to know urethra is originated from urinary bladder also, and to this urethra that ejaculated duct is also connected, so that this male reproductive system, it is said to be urogenital system. It is said to be urogenital system. Why it is said to be urogenital system? Both excretory system and reproductive system are in association. That's why this male reproductive system is also named as urogenital system. Urogenital system. And now, this is a muscular male genital organ named penis, and this penis is a organ mainly meant for micturition. Micturition means urination, and also to introduce semen in the genital system of females at the time of sexual intercourse. It is meant for micturition, urination, and also to introduce semen in the genital system of females at the time of sexual intercourse. And this muscular penis ends with glans penis. A tip of penis is said to be glans penis, and the penis is covered by foreskin, but glans penis is not covered by foreskin. And this total information is concerned to male reproductive system. The parts are all these things, and when these two vasa deferens join and form the ejaculatory ducts, on either side 3 groups of sex glands are there, and the semen can enter into that urethra, but actually urethra is originated from urinary bladder, and that urethra opens at the tip of penis by urethral meatus, and the tip of penis is said to be glans penis, and a covering of penis is foreskin, but is not present around the glans penis. And even though the common tube for the urination, urine to pass, even semen to pass, but there would be no contamination of urine and semen at the time of sexual intercourse. At the time of sexual intercourse, that urethra will be closed so that urine never enter, only the semen enters through the urethra. It's about the structure. And the sperm production in the testes is produced when males reach puberty age, adult age. When they reach puberty age, adult age, the sperm production starts. The puberty age starts in males when they become 14 years old. And when they become 14 years old, there is a production of hormone, that is GnRH, that is gonadotropin releasing hormone. Gonadotropin releasing hormone. This hormone is produced by hypothalamus. This hormone is produced by hypothalamus. Once this hormone is produced, this hormone stimulates the anterior part of pituitary. Anterior part of pituitary. When this gonadotropin releasing hormone stimulates anterior part of pituitary, it produces, the pituitary produces two hormones. One is LH, that is luteinizing hormone. Another is FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. By the stimulation of gonadotropin releasing hormone, hypothalamus, that is produced by hypothalamus, that stimulates anterior part of pituitary. It produces LH, that is luteinizing hormone, and FSH, that is follicle stimulating hormone. This LH, it stimulates Leydig cells. That LH stimulates Leydig cells. Now Leydig cells produce androgen like testosterone. Leydig cells can produce testosterone. Once the testosterone is produced, this testosterone in turn stimulates seminiferous tubules where spermatogonial cells are there. They undergo spermatogenesis. See here the role played by a pituitary hormone LH. What LH does, it stimulates Leydig cells which are present in interstitial space. These Leydig cells produce the androgen testosterone. Once the testosterone is produced, that helps for spermatogenesis. The spermatogonial cells present within the seminiferous tubules can produce sperms by the stimulation of testosterone. In addition to this, even this testosterone can induce secondary sexual characters in case of males. They can induce secondary sexual characters in case of males. Those secondary sexual characters are a strengthful body, coarse voice, and appearance of mustache and beards on the face. They are secondary sexual characters. And those secondary sexual characters are induced by testosterone. Even the spermatogenesis is also induced by the testosterone. And now another hormone of that pituitary, FSH, what it does, it stimulates Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells. They are there within the seminiferous tubules. And these Sertoli cells secrete, synthesize and secrete some factors. These factors help for spermiogenesis. Spermiogenesis. While studying about a process, spermatogenesis, the final step is spermiogenesis, where immature spermatids are converted into a matured sperms. That is spermiogenesis. This spermiogenesis is controlled by some factors which are produced by Sertoli cells. And this is the role played by the hormones of pituitary as well as hypothalamus at the time of puberty. When a males reach puberty age or old age, that gonadotropin releasing hormone is produced by hypothalamus, that stimulates anterior part of pituitary. That pituitary produces two hormones. One is LH, luteinizing hormone, another is FSH, is a follicle stimulating hormone. And that LH, it stimulates Leydig cells which are there in interstitial space. Those cells can synthesize and secrete the androgens like testosterone. Testosterone helps for spermatogenesis. And FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, stimulates Sertoli cells present within the seminiferous tubules. And these Sertoli cells secrete some factors, and those factors help for spermiogenesis. That is, conversion of immature spermatids into a matured sperms. And then once in puberty testosterone is produced, spermatogenesis has started. Even that spermatogenesis can be taking place in males even up to their old age, up to their 75 years. Up to their 75 years, the sperms production will be there in case of human males. And during their sexual life starts when they reach the puberty age.